Brightmore is a community of 23,000 people located on the northwest corner of the city of Detroit. Brightmore is poor, and that poverty impacts issues such as crime, early pregnancy, school performance, attendance rates. Brightmore is poor. Brightmore is innovative because what is that famous saying about necessity being the mother of invention? Well, necessity is just another word for I'm poor in something, I need it. And so the people of Brightmore, because we are poor, we invent ways to fill in needs. So you'll see all over Brightmore people having gardens where they can supplement their food intake at extraordinarily low cost. You will see popping up in Brightmore unique ways of addressing blight. So you'll see buildings which are covered over with boards provided by the city of Detroit and Mayor Duggan's office, who helps us get these boards, and then the neighborhood paints them and decorates them to try and make a positive statement out of a negative situation. So Brightmore is innovative. Brightmore is at a tipping point.
In 2013, the Brightmoor Alliance invited CDAD to work with them on a community plan, and our process is called Strategic Framework. The community quickly renamed the process to what is known today as Restore the Moor. Basically, we were working together with the residents of this community to sort of develop a vision of the future for this community. This is an area of the city that there's a lot of land. In 2013, these kind of conversations weren't really happening every day. So the Brightmoor Alliance was kind of thinking we should work with CDAD to figure out, how we're going to get this community vision on paper and have these difficult conversations about what the future of this community is going to be, considering it really doesn't look like how it looked even like 10 years ago. So I think that's how that relationship really started. So the way we work at CDAD is that we take all of our cues from the residents. We mainly act as sort of a technical assistance and planning facilitator. It's the residents who make all of the decisions about what the vision looks like and how it's used in the end.
Brightmore's story was not unattached or separate from the story of development, either whether it's neighborhoods in Detroit or the suburbs of the communities around Detroit. Brightmoor was a community that never really did get funded with the right kind of development dollars to really spur the kind of space that you would like to see in a typical neighborhood. And we saw the CDAD process not only as a legitimate, valid community engagement process for this, but also as a way for the community to really get familiar with the language and the dynamics of development as it was coming to them, and then to allow them to have the tools they need to step to it and be knowledgeable about what was coming and actually put their input in with an actual valid tool that they could use to reference that and exercise it and live it.
In 2015, the Brightmoor Alliance, Motor City Blight Busters Detroit, and the Land Bank came to the foundation seeking resources for blight removal in the neighborhood. It was critical to us because of our concentration on making sure that this is done with resident leadership involved. Was the larger plans made very clear that blight removal was critical for the future of the neighborhood, but where? So as they came to us and we started working together, the Restore the Moor plan was critical to identify where did the residents feel that it was most important and most urgent to remove blight. The Restore the Moor plan focused on Gompers and the school and the area around it. Families were really concerned about their children walking to school right alongside homes that truly needed to be teared down. It's just not a safe environment, and in fact, our early childhood work shares or tells us that this can actually create stress for the kids on their way to school. So the effort of the Restore the Moor plan made it really clear that the blight needed to be removed from around the school. And it was the residents' hope that kids would have a safe way to get to school, that they wouldn't have to encounter this on the way. In fact, some of the some of the neighbors call blight cancer. And they say we've got to remove it, and kids shouldn't have to see that on their way to school. So it was the personalized Restore the Moor plan that made it very clear that when we provided resources for the blight removal, it should take place right around the school so the kids could get there safe and ready to learn.